So, Caitlin Clark was obviously spotted in Miami. And not only was she seen on the Aaliyah Boston Instagram story, spotted in a picture with Lexi Hall in Miami. Why is she in Miami? In like 2 weeks, the Team USA camp is going to be on. I'll be saying, why is she there 2 weeks early? I don't know. Maybe she wants to go on holiday in Miami. Like, maybe she wants to go meet her team because then she's locked in. Like, my assumption would be the smartest thing she could do is she's been working out all off seasons.
Caitlin Clark was recently seen in Miami, arriving weeks before the expected Team USA camp, and fans online quickly started buzzing. The surprise first came from Aaliyah Boston's Instagram story, which showed Clark looking calm and comfortable while standing with Lexi Hall. Her early appearance immediately raised questions. Why would one of basketball's biggest stars show up in South Florida so far ahead of schedule? Some people wondered if it could be for a private team meeting, early practice plans, or something completely unexpected. This was not viewed as just a random sighting. It quickly sparked intense talk about the Fever's possible strategy and the real reason behind Clark's early arrival. Many believe this move could have a big impact, not only on her teammates, but also on the direction of the entire league.
One thing that I'm like a little bit concerned about is how often Ari McDonald is being seen, you know, around Fever circles. I'm like, damn, I don't want Ari McDonald back. But at the end of the day, they can. But obviously, Aaliyah Boston has posted about the full Fever team. So she's posted that the full Fever team in the top right hand corner and some coaches, obviously at Unrivaled, KK Timpson and stuff. So obviously they're there.
But the big question remains, why Miami and why right now? The official Team USA camp doesn't begin for another 2 weeks, which makes Clark's early arrival confusing to many fans. Some people think she might simply be enjoying a short break, soaking up the Miami sunshine before the intense training schedule starts. After all, taking a little time to relax before a busy season would make sense. However, others believe there could be a more serious reason behind the timing. There is growing talk that she may be meeting with her Fever teammates early to build stronger chemistry and prepare ahead of everyone else. If that's true, it shows a level of commitment that goes beyond what most players usually do. Many had suggested she should take a full week off to rest, but it looks like she chose not to follow that advice. Instead, her early presence gives the impression of a very focused and deliberate decision, one that feels more like a planned step than a simple vacation.
Coaches, obviously at Unrivaled, KK Timpson and stuff. So obviously they're there. I'm still very confused about what's the purpose of KK Timpson being in Miami. Like, look, I'm very, very low on KK. I was really high on KK and I thought I really didn't like watching her play in Prague. Like, I think when it comes to KK Timpson, like, this was the year where it's like, I think she needed to play a full season. I think she needed to play a full season overseas because it's the intangibles. Like, her feel is not there. Like,
the situation becomes even more interesting when you look at who was actually there. This Miami meetup didn't look like a random group of players at all. It closely resembled an almost complete Unrivaled style lineup. Big names like Aaliyah Boston and Angel Reese were clearly involved, which immediately made fans take notice. What really stood out was that Brianna Stewart, despite dealing with an injury, also took part in the camp. Her presence shows how seriously these players are taking this opportunity. It also gives her a rare chance to get some real 5-on-5 action before she heads overseas to continue her season. This clearly wasn't just a friendly hangout. It looked more like a focused, high-level gathering, suggesting a shared effort to build chemistry and sharpen teamwork early. With so many major players showing up, it sends a strong message about how important these early connections could be for the season ahead.
I think she needed to play a full season. Overseas because it's the intangibles. Like, her feel is not there. Like, the feel for KK is the difference between KK being attitude seems to be perfect. Athleticism, S tier. Ability, shot blocking ability, elite. Offensive rebounding, elite. Free throw shooting, solid. Finishing, very solid. Like, everything tangible KK Tim should be great. For me, I'm really worried about the intangibles, and I do feel like her playing in Unrivaled for the year doesn't help with that.
What's really getting people talking is that Aaliyah Boston's posts didn't just show a few familiar faces. They showed what looked like a large portion of the Fever roster together, along with coaches such as KK Timpson. This clearly wasn't a small, casual meetup. It looked organized and intentional, which immediately made fans feel that something important is taking shape. The number of players and staff present points to a well-planned effort, far beyond the usual informal preseason gatherings. Naturally, this has led to even more questions. What exactly are they discussing? What plans or game strategies are being worked out away from the public eye? It's becoming clear that this wasn't simply about individual training sessions. The focus seemed to be on building strong teamwork and unity early. If that's the case, it could have a major impact on the upcoming season and may signal a big change in how the team is preparing for what's ahead.
When it looked like in Unrivaled she was like going to put up 10 points a game, the Rose are going to be good. The Rose are a 500 team, and Lexi Hull is literally the lowest in points per game of all players in Unrivaled. She's last. So like nobody's giving her a huge contract. 500k a year, sure. And then like I don't think Sophie or Ari are going to be like, if there's, I have a weird feeling that the neither Sophie or Ari are taking the expansion draft. I think it's extremely likely. I think it's extremely likely that the Fever lose Chloe Bibby and Chrissy Wallace, because they're the only players that aren't unrestricted free agents. And
at the same time, not all the reactions have been purely positive. Alongside the excitement, some fans are starting to feel a quiet sense of concern. Much of this comes from the repeated sightings of McDonald around Fever activities, which has led people to wonder what it might mean. Some supporters are asking whether this could point to possible changes within the coaching staff or even the front office. Others worry that old team dynamics could return, or that new influences might be stepping in that could affect the direction of the organization. Nothing has been confirmed, and there's no clear controversy, but the pattern has been noticeable enough to make loyal fans stop and think. It suggests that this situation may not only involve the players on the court, but could also hint at deeper shifts within the team's overall structure. As a result, every appearance and every move is now being closely watched and carefully interpreted.
like, if there's, I have a weird feeling that the neither Sophie or Ari are taking the expansion drafts. I think it's extremely likely. I think it's extremely likely that the Fever lose Chloe Bibby and Chrissy Wallace, because they're the only players that aren't unrestricted free agents. And because I think they're going to protect KK. If they lose KK Timpson if they don't protect her, and I actually, because the contracts all come up to the rookie minimum, I actually don't care if we lose KK. I thought, because originally they were going to say rookies were on their original rookie contracts, and I was like, man, 3 more years of KK for free. But I'm like, KK on a rookie minimum when you can get like a Stolke or a Vance Luton in the second.
KK Timpson's presence in Miami has also added another layer of discussion. While she's there with the team, many fans and analysts are focused on what this moment means for her personal development. Her growth as a player has become a major topic. A lot of people believe she would benefit more from spending a full season playing overseas, where she could consistently work on the finer parts of her game, things like court awareness, decision-making, and overall feel on the floor. While participating in Unrivaled brings visibility and valuable experience, some feel it may not offer the steady, high-level competition needed for her to fully develop into a dominant WNBA player. There's no doubt about her natural athletic ability and raw talent, but many observers say she still needs to polish the smaller details that separate good players from great ones. That's why this moment feels especially important. It's not just about being present with the team. It represents a key turning point in her career, and the conversation about her future is only growing stronger.
The Fever players, there seems like the bond is still there, and that's one of the things the Fever had that our teams don't. Like, everyone jokes about it, and I'm like, the power of friendship, talking about the power of friendship, but like, it was a thing. Like, it is a thing. Yes, teams can win if their players don't like each other. as professional sports teams. Everyone knows that. But it helps if teams like each other. It helps. Especially with all those injuries. Like, if the Indiana Fever did not have... Like, if their whole team were not on... if they didn't like each other so much and they weren't playing for each other, like, the Fever were donezo. Like, they would have been...
Lexi Hull's situation with the Fever is also drawing attention, although many insiders believe it's very unlikely she will leave the team. At one point, there was talk that she might move elsewhere, but her recent performances have changed that conversation. During her time in Unrivaled, her scoring numbers have reportedly been among the lowest in the league, which has reduced her bargaining power if she were hoping to secure a bigger deal with another team. Because of this, staying with Indiana now appears to be the most realistic outcome. This situation isn't only about one player's contract. It highlights how quickly a player's market value can shift based on performance. It also reflects the tough financial realities of the league, where limited opportunities and tight budgets often play a major role in shaping roster decisions and keeping teams largely intact.
Unpopular opinion, I don't think this team, if they run it back, has the talent. Because I think I think everyone being a free agent is going to form a super team. I don't know where it's going to be, but I think there's going to be a super team formed. Like, I have this scary feeling it could be in Dallas. But I still don't think Dallas are going to be ready. Like, people are like talking about the damn UConn reunion in Dallas. But like, the only thing is that unless Dallas literally gets Stewie or Fee, that's not going to happen because Azare is probably going to be cored. And if Fee's considering leaving, she's going to be cored. Like, and it would probably take you giving up AZ Foot in that scenario. But